Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland, off here to a 2v2 on Alliance of Defiance, and north it is PappyoD, Daniel, and Stocky fighting here for the 26th Infantry Division. Tasked for clearing out this part of the front line here of Germans. We got Stocky with Airborne, and we got PappyoD, Daniel with Airborne, which is currently pretty much the USF meta in 2v2s, by the way. In the south is Stocky and VonManteuffel here with elite troops and Overwatch. So yeah, Pathfinders, 50 cals, paratroops, anti-tankers, and P-47s with a mix of Scott and Pathfinder paratroop bulletins. A bit of a Jackson there as well for Stocky. Both placement starting to churn out Pathfinders. Elzocko there with the concussor grenades, stormtroopers, Jägerlight infantry upgrades, Panzer Precision, Tiger Aces from VonManteuffel with Jägerlight infantry, early warning systems for the fatherland, howitzers, and sector assault. We got Fulton's Kuhwagen, got an MD42, and of course Riflemen and Pathfinders. There will be multiple more Pathfinder squads here from the Americans. First engaging up at Eastern Fuel Point, and of course as always a big hearty thank you to my paid supporters, champions and heroes one and all. You too can join the ranks by playing on Patreon, or you can donate via PayPal. Links are in the video description, and finally a comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, help spread the word. So, again, we're off to a bit of a fight here. MD4 center. Note here, Elzocko's moving to assist from march left towards the Eastern Fuel Point, rather than spreading out too much here and risking the other player being overwhelmed by, for example, Pathfinders. They opt to work close together here and support each other. Gonna need MD4's reactions here. Elzocko, by the way, is a player that really likes to go for stormtroopers with G43s. More Pathfinders here for PappyoD, Daniel. Stocky with more Pathfinders. More filters there for VonManteuffel. So just go in the center here, grab the Eastern Fuel Point. We can see their Stockies moving some troops towards the Western Fuel Point here, as there of course absolutely no Germans there. Pathfinders are beating out things there. Bit of reinforcements there. We'll have to see what we go for next. But again, I might be looking at least 1 to 2 more Pathfinder squad. Maybe one will take it a bit faster than the other though. Grab the center here, but again, crucially worth noting, the Americans are definitely looking to get a lot more fuel faster than the Germans at this rate. So definitely a bit dangerous here for the Germans if that spirals out of control. Looking to flank up behind here, the Americans, exploiting here the fact that Stocky's a bit too focused on the west side, now securing that, allowing Elzocko and VonManteuffel then focus down here on PappyoD, Daniel. So probably going to be a third Pathfinder squad for these soon. Gunners with the raft squad here in the west. Flanking up here. Got the fuel point there, but wide. We got some tank traps there, wide off. And will he be going for the Pathfinder? Got PappyoD down with the tech, and that means Stocky there goes for a third Pathfinder squad for a total of 5 Pathfinders. Raft squad Pathfinder quick back with the Fulton Gunners. In the center we got Gunners machine position against the Pathfinders there. But they quickly dodge out of that one, hit the cutoff point there. Not that's really leading to anything at the moment, but it is worth noting there. Pathfinders pushing out relations there in the center. Turns MD42 against the raft squad here. Pushing them back. Moving up the center here. Got the Pathfinders busy there as well. Gunners of of course being wiped out quick if they're not careful against the Pathfinders. Because we'll rarely end up nerfing the Jaegers because the Jaegers spam, they absolutely took none of the precautions towards the Pathfinders. While this kind of works in 1 in 2v2s, it hasn't turned out to be particularly successful to neglect the Pathfinders there, is the nice way to put it. Holding up in these, we've got the Pathfinder 46 captain out there for PappyoD, Daniel, which would lead into an anti-aircraft tower attack typically. Stocky, imagine with the lieutenant there. Pathfinder suppressed there with the MD42, though flank gets exposed. We've got a Pathfinder squad moving in there, can quickly out the machine gun there if he's not careful. Go down to 2 men. Down to 1. Almost wiped out the MD42 there in a matter of seconds. If there were another Pathfinder squad there, the machine gun probably would have been wiped. Pathfinders pushing up the center here, or the east side. Defend the fuel point, it's a bit tough again with all these Pathfinders being out as troops. We got the first Jaeger squad out here for VonManteuffel, but first needs to be upgraded. And also has a significantly longer cooldown, whereas I think the Pathfinder has like 20 seconds. This is a minute and a half. Bit of skirmishing there. PappyoD, Daniel with the ambulance. So far the Americans are leading pretty hard against the Germans here. And they are definitely getting a good chunk of the map here against the crouch. There we go, pushing back the Fulton here. Germans probably forming up here for the 1 and 16th Panzer Division Wienhund. Got the Jaegers falling forward here. There we go, light ambush. Mortar out here as well for Elzocko, playing with a bit of light support against all the Pathfinders and the supporting elements. I mean, that's definitely one way to fight the Pathfinders. So right now, the Americans, within the first 5 minutes, roughly have managed to secure most of the map, and crucially, all of the field points, almost all the victory points. Mostly by just spamming a lot of Pathfinders. Kuban being fixed up here. Light infantry shoots out here. Again, more artillery from the Germans. Tank traps, barbed wire, basically digging in here. The Pathfinders also, of course, able to ambush themselves. Push towards the centre here. Looks like he might swing towards Western Fuel Point, which is honestly a smart idea. I mean, right now the Allies are heavily focused centre-east, so if the Germans were to swing westwards towards the resource there, I think that would, at least for a brief while, be more useful. Meanwhile, VonManteuffel is going to attack head-on, maybe as a diversionary attack to allow Elzocko to more successfully push towards the Western Fuel Point. Can't rule that out. Like to make a nice company there. Plus medic bunker on the way there for Elzocko. He's also closing in the second command point, at which point he can begin calling the stormtroopers and equip them with G43s. Kuban here was advancing raft, got Pathfinders there. Mortar push back, almost wiped out here. But as you can see there, the Allies have focused in east here. Does allow Elzocko to push westwards, though of course this does leave VonManteuffel to basically pick up the bill of fighting both the Americans here in the east. So obviously not without his risks here, and if we could backfind, just VonManteuffel gets utterly destroyed here by the Americans. Stood lighting on there for Stocky. Scrummaging on the west here. Got a armoured car first here for Elzocko, not a Pack 40. You typically expect something like that to deal with the fast light vehicles. And certainly no stormtroopers yet either. Fortunately there, Jaeger's being pushed back. Though he has been able to upgrade his Jaegers there with the marksman rifle. We got the light artillery in trouble there. We got the Kuban being pushed down and out. And there you got Elzocko with the stormtroopers here. Up north, equipping them with the Jaeger infantry package. There's a bunch of D43s. Armoured car, Stumpy catch from squad. Could get a wipe in Stocky, which definitely would help the Germans a bit. Mortar once more in trouble here against the Captain and the Pathfinders. See if I rain down there. Kind of a decent hit on the Pathfinders, causing some damage, but no casualties. And far up north, Elzocko is being pressured there by Stocky's Stuart Light. Tank centre is fairly quiet. And again, most of the fighting ground here is in the southeast. We've got the anti-tank out here for PappyoD. Looks like he may not even be going for the anti-aircraft half-track. And he's probably just planning to go straight for Tier 3 and then starting to rush out the Scots, since it does have multiple bullets and for it. Ambulance out there for Stocky. Troops setting out here. Flak half track there for VonManteuffel. We got Fund 48 versus Fund 25. Pathfinder in the centre. Up north you got troops being forced there. Reassurance, Lieutenant and Pathfinder. Back in the base for Stocky, and not much else is there. We got, there we go, fast tech for PappyoD into some fast Scots, which of course will only add to the infantry bleed they're currently already applying quite aggressively to the Germans. We got 448 versus 420. West side, their fuel being captured fast. Elzocko, they need to contact Schnell and deal with that. Gun needs to be equipped with the Gewehr 43 as well. Another push here by VonManteuffel. Honestly, I feel like he may want to consider like a flanking element for here. This part of the map tends to get neglected by a lot of players, so like it can be a good way to like get the drop on your opponent with a small assault force, rather than just driving straight up the centre where there's going to be a lot of guns pointing particular path. And so of course now there's a Stuart there, but you know, imagine if the Stuart wasn't there, like, you know, it's busy in the west. But anyways, assault going forward here for Elzocko. G43 Grenadiers and Stormtroopers. Note he's got the Grenadiers at the front line to draw the fire magnet away from the Storm, to allow the Storm to deal more damage as they get slightly better G43 stats compared to the Grenadiers, plus they get another one. So ensuring that they don't take the losses is obviously the wise tactical choice there. PappyoD with a paratroop squad here. Cap versus Mortar again. Stocky with an .50 cal. There we go. Paratroopers landing fairly safely far away from the front line. Stood on the move here for Stocky. Freedom and Democracy. Up north here we got the German swing-headed Grenadiers at the ready. Variation path hunting up behind the German lines, so the armoured car is ready to at least slow that down. VonManteuffel lining up for a push for the centre. Got one path squad over there. Go. They're also now in the line of fire of the flak, taking heavy damage. And a push back alongside the artillery up here. We got Elzocko there, fairly well dark into Stormtroopers in ambush mode, so they can sort of draw in the Americans for some optimal hits there. And another Storm squad here for Elzocko. He may even go for 3. It's going to be a lot of like heavily equipped D43 troops then. Armoured colours to the Pathfinders. In the southeast, you've got Rattlegram the Point 8. Personally, I do prefer Storms with MP40s, but I can certainly understand why you want to equip Stormtroopers, since they actually have a slight advantage over the Panzergrenadiers in A. They don't get an assault rifle, so they got better long-range damage, but crucially, they actually have slightly higher bonuses in terms of siege action, and they're slightly harder to kill than the Panzergrenadiers, but they cost the same, so... Plus, of course, they got ambush. The only thing they do lack is a proper grenade instead of the incendiary grenade, which is, quite frankly, not that great. At least not for, you know, an assault unit. It's like a bit too slow. There you go. Got a concussive grenade up to really sort of get the jump on them. That's it. They can't fire freely, so I think he does miss on a bunch of damage there. Bit awkward for Elzocko, but that's a minor complaint here. In the east here, we got PappyoD pushing against VonManteuffel once more. His flak half-attack cloak being knocked out here by the Americans. Stormtroopers at the ready, mortar down there, and the Pathfinders in the 50 cal, quickly positioning that. Interesting enough, he's not used a Pathfinder squad to crew that. Normally you see an American player use a Pathfinder squad to crew the 50 cal when they airdrop them in, because they can then spot as well for the 50 cal at the same time. Still up as the pack 40 Stormtroopers further falling back here. Elzocko is definitely not wielding them very aggressively, a Storm-like. Haha. We got 448 versus 301. The Germans are still being out victory points compared to the Americans. Parking force there, go ambushed by the Stormtroopers. A torrent of D43 fire there quickly sends them running, though gets no kills. Pathfinders hiding out here, veterans 2-3 kills. They are low on health, and there go force retreat in the face of Elzocko's Stormtroopers. His Sturmtruppen. Still there, moving in, engaging the Stormtroopers out in the open. Pack shoots, got here on the Steward. Needs here another push here by VonManteuffel being prepared against PappyoD. Again, head-on assault. You could at least consider laying down some merchants with light infantry guns that would make these kind of attacks a lot more likely to succeed for VonManteuffel without suffering intense casualties. That one again, you should flank up here through the side path there. Centre bar has more or less been forgotten here. Plus getting the Patriot squad wiped out. No light machine gun stop would have been helpful there for VonManteuffel, obviously. On the west side here, some lighter skirmishing between Stocky and Elzocko. Looks like Stocky's going to try and flank behind, hit the carve point. I think tactically that is a very sensible idea. We got most there for Stocky, and there we go. Scott, by the way, has arrived here for PappyoD, Freedom and Democracy. Self-propelled light artillery there. That was fairly popular with the American frontline troops, from my understanding. They'll provide immediate support there. Gun there falling back. Storms with the Pathfinders again. Worth noting, it's actually not upgraded as Pathfinders with Bar. Typically what you see an American player do is they also then upgrade their Pathfinders with Bars to just further make them even more lethal against infantry. But interestingly enough, neither PappyoD or Stocky seem particularly interested in exploring this particular facet of the Pathfinders currently. East side there from VonManteuffel once more lost control there. You may want to consider like shifting towards the center, maybe flanking around that way towards PappyoD. Storms was routed, good by the Pack 40 and the Steward. You got the Major out there as well for Stocky, so probably a Scott from him as well, though he may of course go for Jackson first or even the Sherman, but he's going to go for Scots as well. I mean, have no doubts about that. There will be Scots from him as well. Scott falling back here for now. Truck on the way for VonManteuffel. Elzocko is also taking up the support up there, so good. Grab the eastern victory point. Got the Eagles advancing on the centre. Scott found at the Falconiers. Forcing them to push ahead there. Stocky with a Scott there of his own. Jaegers versus the race and the Pathfinders here. Telephone raining down in the American position, immediately obliterating a couple of Pathfinders. Good there for the Germans. And the east, their slow push as well. We can see there switching towards the centre, you know, allowing VonManteuffel not only to make easier gains, but also support his teammate more easily. So that could actually become some wedge Stocky between Elzocko and VonManteuffel. On the west side of the still trying to flank up there, but doesn't quite get off much momentum there. Scott almost on there for Stocky. Pantherfast and Stewart, but the Pack-40 is trying to get close. It's just getting mauled here by the Americans. The 50 cal there is a massive problem, and Elzocko's Gunnies will have to clear out the 50 cal first to save the Pack-40. In the center, though, Elzocko and VonManteuffel trying to push back. Particularly since it's also now swinging eastwards instead of westwards here. We got a counterattack here, but let's push back. But the Stormtroopers narrowly 50 cal in trouble here. Going for that Stewart light tank. Elzocko is putting in everything to destroy it. He could go for maybe a Panther soon as Stewart. There we go. One more Pantherfast, and the Stewart is out of the war. Small win there. Going to attempt flanking up. Their machine gun, the wiped out. He's going to be grabbed. I think. No, he's going to destroy it with a bazooka. A lot of action around the center there. VonManteuffel launching a local counterattack here to at least keep PappyoD off the center victory point, but PappyoD is fiercely defending it for freedom. Pan checking the Stewart. Scott there. Got the other Scott moving forward here for Stocky. Looking bad with the line for guns here. The line for guns are definitely doing some good work here for VonManteuffel. Scott behind the Sturmpioniere. Force retreat on them. Stormtroopers in hiding there for Elzocko. Another machining gewehr. Schwerpanzer calls up in for VonManteuffel base. No, of course he's setting up there because that's a lot bloody safer than having out close to the front line where the enemy can like quickly destroy it. In particular with all these Scots and anti-tankers, like going to be a bat if he does do it. So very sensible decision there by VonManteuffel to put inside his base. Thumbs up to that. Looking at but the Scott. North, he got the Storms, so they're getting an ambush there and almost getting one of the Pathfinder squads here. Does he get it? Nope. He even got Wally-fied from the reactions have definitely helped push back the Stormtroopers. Mortar landing. Kind of decent hit there, but it's under fire from the other mortar here from the Americans. Don't think Elzocko's realized his mortar's getting mortared. And he's there. PappyoD routing VonManteuffel once more. Fuel cache up here for Elzocko to assist him and his teammate with more fuel for armor. Elzocko can go for the Panther 4 now. Definitely would benefit from that. And VonManteuffel, once he gets his authorized, can then push for a Panther 4 relatively soon-ish as well. But when that'll be, we'll have to see. But there we go. Panther 4 for Elzocko on the way. We got 404. This is 211. Flak half track, pretty much just trying to keep the Eastern victory point safe here from the Americans. My God, Friedrich, there's no end to these Americans. Push back here. On the west side here, flank behind the 50 cal with the Grenadiers for the G-53s and then Stielhandgranate. Fuel cache under attack here. Got the 50 cal there. Could pop the grenade. There we go. And almost got a wipe there. Mortar wipe though. Almost wiped the Grenadiers with the Scott. Definitely not looking great for the Germans. Jaegers counterattacking here. Hey look, it's Jaegers! No, it's Jaegers, you goddamn Philistine. What's a Phil? Oh, shut up. Jackson on the way there for Stocky. Pack-40 being pushed back. Stormtroopers advancing once more. Panther 4 arriving here. Jackson is on the way for Stocky. As for PappyoD, he's of course just committed to more Scots because why not? Got 483. The Germans are rapidly bleeding out of victory points. Need to stabilize this soon. Anti-tank being airdropped here for PappyoD. Grab the western one here. Grab the center. VonManteuffel can soon go for a Panther 4 here. Except he can't because he hasn't authorized his schwere panzered quarters, so never mind then. You do get some orbitals down with light machines here for VonManteuffel. Panther 4 diving in and looking for some easy targets. Does catch the Scott here. A nice raid here by Elzocko. Thumbs up to that, but he's getting caught here by the Jackson. Oh, and the Panther 4 misses at point blank bloody range. Where did you learn to shoot, Otto? Scott combining away here. Still running down. We got the Orbitals engaging here with the LMG-34. Absolute sheer brutality. We got 404 versus 159. The southeast 50 cal that's going to have to get flanked here or dealt with otherwise. Or maybe use artillery. The cannon drop is great for the Americans, but not great for the Germans. The Panther 4 narrowly survives that. Unfortunately failed raid on the Scott. Panther need to fix it up. Light infantry guns holding up there. This is the 50 cal. Grabbing the the cannon with a paratrooper squad. Might want to pull back that Panther a bit further. I feel like a bit too uncomfortably close to the front line. Plus, he needs to repair it. He's only got one Pioneer squad. He may want to consider more Pioneer squads. Pack wiped. And there we go, calling in the P-47 rocket strafes against the Panzer IV. VonManteuffel could try and like drive his flak half tech towards the area there to help support the Elzocko against that. There you go. The shed kind of saves the Panzer IV here. The shed kind of saves the Panzer IV, absorbing a lot of the rockets. Of course, in the future History Channel documentary, this will be known as the Shed of Evil. Possibly alien landing site. Anyways, Pack 40 getting murdered out here. Machine gun wiped again. Elzocko looking pretty rough here. Stormtroopers doubling back here to try and assist and sort of slow up the situation here in the east there. Troops being 40. Stormtroopers are being, Jaegers are being absolutely mauled here by the Scots. It's only being pretty much cut to ribbons. We've got the Scots bringing in there for Stocky. We've got 404s on the 19. Pack destroyed. Elzocko, of course, may want to benefit from Stoogs. I think we're just going to try for more packs here. As for VonManteuffel, is he planning a Panther? I feel like it sounds like a Panther. Jackson Scott falling back here. Not that we can hurt them a lot, except maybe a few Panzer fast hits. Panther force any repairs. There goes Stug for Elzocko. 2 thumbs up. East side here, PappyoD and once more in Vix VonManteuffel here from the eastern side. Panther there for VonManteuffel, Germany, Deutschland.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Panther fast in the Scot. Storms against the advancing echelons. And another Scot for Stocky. Meaning we're going to be looking at a total of 4 Scots here for the Americans. Meanwhile, east side, PappyoD has more or less got that under his control. German situation definitely looking tough. Got the Stuttgart here for Elzocko, Germany, Deutschland. As for VonManteuffel, his Panther is almost done. Got the anti-tank gun there, also calculation there. Jaegers mauling in the mortar crew. And there you go, Panzerkampfwagen 5, gefechtsbereit. Grabbing some Poltergeist squad there. Scott there lining up to blast the Jaegers into hell. Second Scott moving in there. All of a sudden, definitely in danger soon against this and definitely have to retreat. Flak half attacks the captain. The cannon lands a great hit there, punching straight through the flak half attacks frontal armor. Panther rolling forwards for Deutschland, adding the pinlock machine gun. Jaeger sending packing here. Stug remaining reserve. Panther 4 still being fixed up there for Elzocko, but at least he's brought in another Pioneer squad. So thumbs up to that. Pathfinder pumping up, they got the Panther being flanked, though mostly by infantry without anti-tank weapons. So not much effect then, of course, until the Kidnapper gets brought into line as well. Flak out applying fire support here, though it is half health. Got 20 kills though here. That's definitely not bad at all. Machine gun no, that's just a machine gun. I thought there was a bunker for some reason. There you go. Air support called in. Artillery strike called in plus air support. Stug being pushed back here. Elzocko here doing all he can to defend the point. Air support raining down rockets after the Stug, but they're all missing. Jackson does not miss. The Scots are diving in as well here for some reason. Pushing forwards here. Got one of the Scots here. Stocky may have overcommitted under cover of the airstrike here though. Lost the Scot here. The Jackson is still there and there's still the other Scot. And he can't keep up this attack unless he gets support here. And there's no sign of the Panther. In fact, he's attacking PappyoD. We got more air support in the same area here by PappyoD. Flak half tank, those meanwhile tanking into them. I think it's only got a few aircraft kills here, honestly. There we go, one aircraft shot out of the skies, crashing in the trees, taking countless scrolls with it. Another aircraft shot out of the skies. The US Air Force is having a pretty bad day. This is losing multiple aircraft here to one flat gun. They're definitely going to get a medal. Not the pilots, of course. They're dead. Got the Scot there, dealing him just now stuck with a single anti-tank gun. And these sides here, VonManteuffel pushed back. Panther's heavily damaged, but at least made some progress. In theory, we got 60 punches to the 400 of the Americans. They're shooting down all these aircraft, effectively making all these munitions less useful. Was definitely like a small win there for the Germans. Plus, it's an ace flak half track now for sure. 25 kills there. 5 of them aircraft kills. Panther rolling heavily damaged. Do you need repair still? But at least looking to defend the victory point. Germans have slightly managed to stabilise, but at least Stocky there looking worse for wear. The PappyoD forces are still remaining fairly strong here. At least in terms of raw size. Storms about to get wiped out though, and there you go. Wipe the Stormtrooper squad here. Powerpumps, of course, are still pretty dangerous. Almost wiping the other Stormtrooper squad as well there. Elzocko will have to replace them. There we go. Second Stormtrooper squad out here. Equipping those with the G for the fuse as well. 376 versus 60. Another push here by Stocky. Stugan and Panther falling back, heavily damaged here from the encounters with the Americans in the west. Now the MD-42 there for Elzocko. All of a sudden, Jaeger into the 50 cal. Shot for VonManteuffel. Possible King Tiger stall, which is, considering how many victory points he got, that is very ambitious by VonManteuffel. That is very ambitious. Quick grenade against the Lucha. Oh! Almost got the Pathfinder retreat there, actually. That's a really close call there. We got 42 points left here for the Germans. 39. Germans need to rectify this. Schnell. Panther being rushed into the fight here. Flag captain here as repairs. Getting the Jackson there. Going for the northern victory point here. German armor still being repaired. The Panther was good to go. We got another shoot for Elzocko. I think that's definitely a much more reasonable thing than trying to say stall for a Tiger race now. Sherman for Stocky. Light infantry should caught here, but the Americans are being met with a wall of death. There we got 22 points left for the Germans. 20. Got another P-first straight for this time though. Right on top of the flag captain. Now got air support though for VonManteuffel as well. Apparently deciding he too can do this. He's going for the Panther. Neatly shot down there, crashing within the base there. Second one shot down as well here. That is 8 American aircraft this time shot down. Some also knocked out here for the 300 quarters, I think. An absolute incredible toll here on the United States Air Force. As VonManteuffel men charge through the charred ruins here of this workshop area. The stench of burning, I don't know, petrol? Diesel? I don't know what aircraft fly on, but you know, whatever they're flying on, it's burning and it stinks. Force they need to retreat before they get... Actually, they're going to get wiped anyways, I think, at this point. Unless he gets very lucky. Which apparently he does. Also looks like the Stukas got shot down. I don't know why, but what, though? It's not like the Americans are knowing any anti-aircraft guns themselves. So no idea what to do with that. Got the Stooks here ready to help deal with any Allied armoured assaults. We got 14 points with 364. The German Warford is hanging in the balance.
Morning orders, gang. Ready to execute.
North Stooks pushing 40 with the Panther 4. Maybe when having the Panther 4 leading the attack around the Stooks, I feel like this is a bit inadvisable there for Elzocko. There you go. Got it. Got the Jackson there. Lost one Stook though. Not good. Got Veggie 2 in the Stook. If you can get the Sherman here as well, that would certainly help pay it off though. I mean, already Stook for Sherman's pretty good. The problem is just more like the victory points he got left. punish for place losses now. But there you go. Got the Sherman as well there. Got the Jackson rushing in there for PappyoD. Stook misses. Panther in trouble here. Pop smoke, but it's going to be too late. Yep. Direct hit. They should have pulled up that way rather than trying to stay on the spot. Maybe that was, he did do that and just like a misordering there. Only Panthers are 4. And Panthers going for the Jackson here. The Germans are launching a counterattack here at the Americans. They got 9 points left though. There's the Americans 359. 9 points left. 8. 8, meine Herren. Panther is diving up behind the American front lines, going here for PappyoD. Exposed. Scots. Good push here. Panther falling back here with the Pioneer support there. Scots are in chaos. Panther gaining. Vetty 2 Smok being deployed. Need to cover the anti-tank though. Vetty 2 Panthers down to half health already after being countered the anti-tank guns. There's more pressure for him with the troops being held up by a 50 cal. Flak half tank cleared out. The Panther is in a top spot here. We got 1 point left for the Germans and they narrowly stopped the bleed here. They're down to 1 point though. That's the Americans 359. And the Panther escapes. Phew. This is now suddenly a lot more intense here. Another Stock for Elzocko. Very wise decision there. Storms are going for the 5th cal. Cloaking cleared out there. 22 kills on that one. 3 on the other. Another machine gun here for Elzocko as well. VonManteuffel loading on here. Could grab the 5th cal. Turn against this for downtown Cannon. 35 kills up north here. Heavy fighting from the northern victory point. Grandies rush in to keep it out of the hands of those verdammte Yankees. In the center, Jackson moving forwards. Panther need repairs here. Vets need 2. 10 kills. Anti-tanks being airdropped here for Stocky. Stocky, there's definitely, you know, banging the brunt of the worst of like PappyoD's got a more stronger force, but he's also like the more passive, and I think Elzocko and VonManteuffel are like his basis sussing. That is why they keep pressuring Stocky. Basically, you know. But of course, there's some issue with the strategy. They're down to 1 point again, and they're about to lose the point there. Deutschland forwards. We can see the Elzocko's moving in everything, abandoning the northern point in theory. So the Americans are smart. They're just racing towards that now, but they might be too paralyzed. There you go. It's a Panzer Blitz here with the Panther. Going for full blitz, quick push here after the Jackson. Stook falling up here. Main gun out. Scots are in trouble again here. They got gone full Deutschland. And there we go. We got the Jackson at 5, but the Panthers about to come past as well here. Tang into the Scots world. Got the center victory point. Got the southern one. Panthers engine is no longer working and the Scots are about to knock it out. Got the ambulance at least. Still got some foots from VonManteuffel. I think he needs more tanks. Jaegers, Orbson pushing forwards here. He cancels it just in time. I think he might be planning another Panther. And he's salvaging the anti-tank gun right under the Americans' noses. North here, another push. We got the machine gun defending the northern victory point against any American incursions head on. Got a half take out here for Elzocko, I think, to provide front line reinforcement. I think that's a very good idea there. Thumbs up to Elzocko for that one. Very overlooked capability. And we actually got a late game coup wagon here from VonManteuffel. I think went for like around the 20-minute mark there. That's also very rare. But again, it can be a surprisingly, I think, solid idea actually. This ability to help you grab points fast is very handy, in particular when you only got 1 point left. We got 311 versus 1 point again. The Germans got 1 point now. They have absolutely no margin for error. One mistake, one wrong move, or and like, you know, unfortunate glitch, and they're pretty much out of the fight. Fix up the Stook. Panther 4 repairs again. Another Panther there for VonManteuffel. Still defend the center point there. We got the American police from the southeastern point, as that is pretty much undefended, at least for now. Half moving in to support the troops at the front line. Thumbs up to that. Very good move there by Elzocko. Black half at 39 kills. Southeast there. Power funds pushed back. Panther almost on there for VonManteuffel. Major rushing in there. Picks up the Panther 4. Pushing the southeast as now PappyoD's retreat his lines more towards his own base so he can support Stocky more. I think he's realised Stocky is not able to support as much or hold its own as much more. 274 versus 1. The Germans holding out the England, pushing back the Americans, but again, one mistake here could cost them all. paratroopers caught with the flak half tank, the Jaegers, and this orbital dive. Then they got 41 kills on the flak half tank. Up north, Stocky makes another push into the MG42. There is no smoke. There's the mortar's been pushed back. Definitely should have popped some smoke. They could have. Like, even researching grenades just to be able to fire smoke from Lieutenant would be a pretty good idea here for Stocky. In the end, they push back there. Send a rendered neutral. Panther gained the Jackson head on. Flak after 43 kills. Push back once more. We got 248 versus 1. Panther passing the Jackson. Panther force Duke diving in to finish it off here. In the name of Das Reich. Jaeger's pushing forward to catch the agents out in the open. Executing them. Almost got him. There you go. Panther force Duke combo. Leaves Peppy Daniels. Jackson tank destroyer in flames. And they've only got anti-tank guns now, and the Stook and the Panther diving in. They're trying to finish off the Scots here by the looks of it. Elzocko is boldly charging ahead for Deutschland, blitzing in the Panther 4. Got it, even got the Panther moving in here. Stook is going in there. They want all of the Scots gone now, crashing some 50 cal gunners as well here. A daring raid by Elzocko. 226 versus 1. Almost got it. Got the Scot. Did take some losses there in the process, but there we go. He's driving through the base there. It's a hit and run. Might want to pop some smoke soon here. Kneebone. There we go. Pop smoke on both of them. There we go. Covering out the retreat here, but the Stook is a bit stuck here. Vets on the feet on it, and the Stook and the Panzer IV successfully escaped from a full base raid. Whew. More pioneers for Elzocko. Very wise there. We got 205 versus 1. Those are some excellent armor tactics. At least nice and aggressive ones. Panther the need repairs here. Yeah, the Americans have definitely suffered by now. There's one ambulance left. That's the only vehicle they got now. So what if we strap bazookas to the ambulance and then... No! Why not? We can't. Why not? Because it would ruin the aerodynamics of the ambulance. Oh, right, aerodynamics. Wait. Smoke's in there to cut the advance there. Pushing for the eastern point there. Taking the Stook and the Panther 4. Major wiped out by artillery. Storms filling up the American advance towards the western point here. At least this to flank around. 163 versus 1. The Germans continue to maintain the line here. Flak after there. Dispatching more Americans there. 44 kills now. 151. 48 now. East side here, PappyoD continues to push ahead, but without like any significant armored support. The Americans are definitely striking a lot more. So they don't really have a lot of tools, and also tactically they're just so reliant on just pushing through with the raw force. Like they're not focused on trying to flank, which actually would work out here. Like they could flank for here, they could flank for here. They could actually catch the Germans quite off guard there, but again the Americans just so reliant on just pushing ahead with raw force, like basically Pathfinders and Scots, that, you know, when they suddenly don't have that, they just don't know how to flank. Even like they've got victory right within the reach, but they just don't know how to utilize it. Panther for VonManteuffel here. Of course, they can still pull through, but you know, they're definitely not making it easier for themselves, is what I'm trying to say here. Half-tech Storm swing in there to help defend the point. Again, half-tech there, a nice asset. It may not directly do a lot of damage, but you know, indirectly can do a lot for you. That thing's about to lose the half-tech, unfortunately. Grabbing an all-in victory point. There's still one more they need to grab. I technically need 2 more. Storm's going to use counter-attacking, catching the American forces off guard. Rushing for the machine gun there. We got a Sherman for Stocky. PappyoD is just bleeding out manpower, so despite having ample fuel there, PappyoD cannot use it. Panther still going to move here. Heavy Panzer Corps for Elzocko. Another paratroop about here for PappyoD rather than tanks. Yeah. Let's see what it goes for there. And it's being hammered here by grenades, artillery, and of course rifle fire there from the M1 carbines. Other souls that are there. Panther Force flanking in there. Go Blitzkrieg. He's trying to run them over on Blitzkrieg speed. Elzocko. Clearly only thinking Autobahn when he sees Americans to run over. Panther Force taking for the cannons. The bazookas need to go out. They're popping a smoke in there. Very good. Southeast. VonManteuffel remains resolute like a rock, a wall of Kupstahl. We got 65 versus 1 here. The Americans are still at it, but they are making no gains now. Tidify bringing down death there. Panther firing into them as well there. We got 12 and 6 kills here. Panther being hammered. Flak half tank remaining, of course. There's a linchpin there for VonManteuffel's defenses. Good hit there. North, we got the Stormtroopers landing up some good hits there. With their concussive grenades. Got 50 kills to the Major and the Shaman here. We got 47 versus 1 here. They're rushing for the victory points, but again, rather than say sneak up the eastern one there, they're going up all in on the center one there, meaning if these fail, they can quickly lock up with the Germans perhaps. And there you go. Got the center one, but they still can't run the one in north neutral. And there you go. Elzocko launches his counterattack. Further losses here. PappyoD's men are being obliterated. He's got next to nothing left now. And Stocky is now meant to carry the entire bird, but his forces, his strength has also been spent here in the fight against the Third Reich. 34 versus 1. I think the Germans may actually have won this with a single victory point left. That is an absolutely brutal achievement. And there you go, Panther abandoned. 25 points. 22. 19. Yeah, I think this is over. Again, tactically, the Americans just doing nothing to outmaneuver the Germans at this point. 16, 13. Captain Lieutenant caught in there with the flak half track. More paratroopers. One last gasp here by Stocky, perhaps. Oh, he's going to try and drop down here. Should have done that soon, honestly, but oh well. 4 points. 1 point. And GG. Game over. A victory here for Deutschland. A hard-fought and absolutely brutal battle here of wits and endurance on Alliance of Defiance. The Germans almost lost this, but they managed to pull through here for sheer perseverance and some pretty good armoured attacks. Just their abilities, at times, just drive through and hit all the weak spots. I think was quite important there. Definitely needed that aggressive drive, which can be a problem there as the game goes on. Players get very passive, and had the Germans just played passively with the tanks, they would have lost. But again, that aggressive drive, that ability, just try and hit the weak spots, to do some damage, I think was crucial there to turn the game around in favour. Meanwhile, the Americans just relied too much, just steadily grinding out their opponents, and when then met with that, they just couldn't respond. And once they lost their grinding elements, they're completely lost, in part because tactically they just didn't have the tools to figure out how to then deal with this. So there you go though. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links. Cheers. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.